we linked up Vegas, ComplexCon. All hell breaks loose, a fight breaks out. You're in the center of it.
2020, 2023, like sold out because Tyler knows how to sell product.
A dream styling job for you.
Man, the A$AP Rockies and like the Kanye West.
For years, everybody's saying streetwear is dead. Is streetwear dead?
Yeah.
Zay.
What's going on, man?
Welcome to Estonia, dog.
Appreciate it, man. I'm in Estonia.
And welcome to the Laundromat. To put a little context in this, this is a new collection we did for Maison Beast, and the way we build a brand is that we don't just do drops, we actually build worlds around them.
Yeah.
So the latest collection was mob ties, and we thought, how can we build a world around it? And so we thought it would be kind of cool to create like a money laundering laundromat. Everybody's saying that it's like a mob front. And so we built this whole thing up. The whole process, like we got the Tide boxes where you put t-shirts in. We got like slips where people write their orders and pick shit up like it's a laundromat. So that's the
fire. I know, I see the laundromat over there. It's so fire.
But the story of how you got here is pretty crazy too. We linked up in Vegas.
Yep.
ComplexCon. I remember like it was yesterday. Travis Scott concert. I end up standing, look at the stage. Next to me are another brand I really respect, Broken Planet, out of Lithuania. You work with them. I see you as well. We just say, what's up? Because I saw your work before there too.
Yeah.
A minute goes by, all hell breaks loose, a fight breaks out. You're in the center of it. I'm standing there like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It was lit. And then we linked up.
Definitely lit.
And now you're here.
100%, man. That was like one of the craziest things, like how I met someone. I'll never forget. Like, it was just a crazy situation, but we made it a positive thing, and we here.
That's what it's about. Yeah. You have a pretty big following online. I know people within the industry know you. I even saw kids. We were walking out here. Kids were taking pictures with you.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't yet know or see what you do, like in a short couple of sentences, what you do, who you work with, anything you want the world to know about you.
Man, I just think I'm a kid from the Bronx, New York, that was always trying to get far in fashion as far as being a stylist. Like, I always wanted to become a stylist growing up. And like, I never thought that was ever like achievable, coming from where I'm from, and then end up moving to Rhode Island years later. And that's another state that has nothing to do with fashion at all, So that's really where I came from. But yeah, like styling is what I always wanted to do. And then, I kind of started in the fashion industry. Getting into it was from modeling. Like I was taking pictures on Instagram, taking pictures on Tumblr, and I just started just growing a following. Just me and my friends just taking pictures everywhere, from like every corner to every place in like the area. So like that's how like I kind of grew a following and just kept being consistent. Like I remember I was posting like at least like 2 times a week. Like I told myself I'm gonna post at least 2 times a week, every single like week, and like following just kept growing. So like that's what got me here.
I love the humble story, but just looking at what you've been doing the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You just came back from Milan. You just came back from Paris. You went to every show in Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. What's your opinion? Who, if you can talk about it, who kind of blew your mind, and who do you think kind of blew it?
Like brands?
Yeah.
This Fashion Week?
Yeah.
Brands that blew me away, like I think the Willie show was crazy. Like just like the conceptual like of like that whole meaning, and him just being authentic, like him having his parents at the show, like that means a lot. Like, a lot of these brands don't even really have no ties to their family. And I think like he always makes sure like his family is okay at the show. Like they're front row, like at the right spot, everything. Like I think that was a great show.
It was culture, a lot of culture.
And a lot of culture in the show. Like, and I like that they had like his background as like the cast. Like the casting was amazing. Whoever was the casting director for that show was top notch, 100%. And I think like I didn't like too much like during like show was, and I feel like could have been a little bit better, was probably, let me think, like, I'm trying to think, like a couple shows that I didn't feel like. Kenzo, like, I just feel like Kenzo's kind of like dropping the ball right now, like, and I feel like they just need like a new, I don't know, like with the Nigo situation, I don't know what's going on.
Something feels off?
I don't think so. I just think something feels off. Like I just don't feel like it's authentic, because I know Nigo from, you know, from back in the day being with Pharrell and that whole like aesthetic, but I don't think he's like bringing that aesthetic to Kenzo. I think
I mean, he's still dropping shit with Pharrell and Louis V.
And that shit is going crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Maybe he's missing like that culture, like that other side.
Around him, maybe,
like maybe he's just like, maybe he doesn't just feel welcome at all just being over there. But, you know, I think that was the one that I feel like just dropped the ball.
From like all the shows you've been to, is there any clear trends that are kind of emerging for next year in terms of fashion that you noticed, or is it all over the place?
I think fashion's all over the place right now. Like, I think you can do whatever you want. It was at a point where, like, I remember, like, back in, like, 2017, 2020, 2023, like, it was always, like, a trend that was going on. Like, it was, like, the big pants. Then it was, like, the oversized hoodie. Then it was, like, right now it's, like, fashion is, like, you can do whatever you want right now.
And we got a big reshuffle in all the brands, too. So
yeah, like, there's no people saying, oh, why are you wearing this? Like, nobody cares. Like, people's wearing vintage. People are wearing, you know, whatever, literally whatever they want. And it's cool.
So people that are following us and watching our shows, it's two kind of people. There's people that really want to get into the business, whether it's modeling or doing, you know, styling, modeling. And then there's people that just love fashion. So for those people, I think Fashion Week is like a dream.
Yeah.
What would you tell people that would love to be maybe model, because you've been modeling Fashion Weeks as well, want to become a model in the Fashion Week? What's the road to, you know, what they need to go through? Or then people that just want to get to a show, like what would you suggest to people?
Man, people that want to get to a show, it's so crazy because I get this question a lot, and like it's tough because like the generation I was like brought in was totally different. Like really just making connections with like brands and like reaching out and like being like going to a lot of like store openings, like, you know, like events when like a Louis Vuitton will have like a cocktail hour, you know, or like events like that. Like all those people that are there for a reason. Like, you know, they're probably high buyers or like high, like, you know, have probably percentages in brands. And, you know, I just have like simple conversation. I used to be a shy person. I never wanted to talk to anybody. So I had to get out that like that phase, like, if I want to really get far in this like industry, I have to talk. So, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. So like I was always reaching out to people. I was always, even growing up with the styling, like I always was emailing people. I used to send 50 emails a day, like every single day to make sure like, hey, I'm a stylist, I'm up and coming, like I would love to work with your like artists every single day until like somebody reached out or like somebody like pointed me in the right direction. Or like me talking to PRs, like, hey, like I might not know the person, but like here's this person's email, you know, like that's really how I grew up.
Go get her, like if you don't ask.
Every single day, like it was never a day I didn't send an email or never a day like I wanted to quit, like, cause I know I couldn't, like my life and what I was destined for was not to like work a regular job, and I couldn't, like I was not going for that.
Yeah. Another trend I see big in the fashion industry is there's a lot of music artists that, you know, we grew up on getting into the fashion industry, whether it's owning their own brand or it's creative direction. You got, you know, the A$AP Rocky, you got Pharrell, you got Lil Yachty. How do you feel about it? And like, you know, you having some personal relationship with these people, do you feel like they're doing it because of the hype surrounding the name? Do they actually have the accolades to be in that position? How do you feel about that trend of, you know, music artists going into these positions?
I don't know how I feel about it, because like part of me likes it and part of me hates it. Like the part where I hate is like a lot of times these like artists and like people don't even know nothing about the brand or nothing behind it. And it's like the only reason I feel like they're even getting collaborations is because who they are as artists, not who they are as in the fashion industry, you know? Like, it's really random sometimes. Like, I'll just see, like, people doing collaborations. I'm like, how did this happen? I'm like, okay, I understand. It's because he's an artist and he already has that, like, step already to even want to get a collaboration when there's, like, kids that, like, go to school, get their masters, and really know what they're doing and never get that opportunity because we have artists that's doing collaborations with, like,
I feel that.
And like, that's why I don't like, but like, there's people like, you know, that really love like clothes, like A$AP Rocky, you know, like loves fashion, Pharrell, like even like a Lil Yachty, like he might not be like the biggest person like in fashion, but like he actually appreciates fashion and everything that's behind it. So like I give that to him, like, you know.
So they're putting in the work.
Yeah, they're putting in the work.
That's cool.
You know, I just don't like unnecessary collaborations like that don't even make sense. Like, you know, and I think that's like foolish. But I look at it as like a marketing thing. Like, you know, sometimes the brands don't have like a big following, so they get an artist that has a following in another country or another state and then bring it together so they can, you know, gain revenue. But sometimes that doesn't even work.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does that even work today?
Nah, there's only like a couple people that can do that. And there's like one of them I would say is Tyler, the Creator. Like Tyler, the Creator could always sell product.
Yeah.
So that's why like he was always big in what he did. He might not be the biggest rapper or be the biggest artist, but like one thing that man can do is sell tickets, sell product. Even with his golf swing, like he always sold product. Like it was always, like he didn't even have to make music no more. He could just sell merch and clothes and he'll be straight for the rest of his life.
I mean, I went to the store in LA and I was like,
there's nothing in there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But then again, he gets, you know, the Louis Vuitton, the Supreme, like he can move product.
But you know, they on that West Coast side, they started that Supreme shit. You know?
But do you think brands like Louis Vuitton, like Supreme, they turn to the urban culture? Do you think that they could not sell without a Pharrell or without a Tyler, the Creator kind of?
Oh yeah, they'll always sell. Like it's like supply and demand. So, you know, Louis Vuitton doesn't need us at all, and they don't need anyone, you know, but they'll always sell because they have, one, they already have the buyers already set up. You know, they'll always have those people buying. But I think we bring more awareness when like people like Tyler or Pharrell do collaborations because like it opens minds and like, you know, doors for people that don't even know about fashion. Cause it's like, you know, our culture coming inside of like another brand, you know? So it's like, that's where like I understand that part. Like, so like Tyler doing a collaboration with like, you know, the capsule with Pharrell.
Yeah.
For like, I understand it. And I knew that was probably gonna happen because like Pharrell and like Tyler have a good relationship.
Yeah.
And it's sold out. Like that capsule collection is sold out.
Sure.
And very fast because Tyler knows how to sell product.
Well, you know, I saw once an interview, I don't know if you've seen it, with Pharrell, with Marc Jacob.
Yeah.
Talking about how he kind of put him on. Like he brought him into the house and allowed him to do stuff. And then then Pharrell brought Nigo. And so Pharrell bringing Tyler, the Creator. So people that got an opportunity from somebody else are paying it forward and giving younger designers and other people an opportunity as well. I think Pharrell is a great representation of that. There's another person that did that very well. And I know you had a personal relationship with Virgil.
Yeah.
Anything that he taught you or something that stayed in your memory out of your relationship with Virgil that kind of hit home?
Never think you're bigger than the program. I think that was one thing that I learned that he always said that just stuck with me for some reason. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that have a lot of big egos and always think they're bigger than what they are. And that kind of like diminishes what they got to do in life. And I think him saying, never think you're bigger than the program because, you know, one day the program can take over you and you don't even have like a place in this industry no more, you know?
That's deep.
So that one really stuck with me. Never think you're bigger than the program because, you know, like everyone's their own human being. Like never think you're bigger than another person because, you know, that person can take your job. You know, that person can take your spot. You know, like I treat everyone just as equal as I am, you know? Because I never knew, like, I don't know someone else's background. I don't know someone else's, like, upbringing. I don't know where they came from. But just know that we all came from the same position. So we all got to make the same
I hope we can have more people like Virgil around.
Man.
In those roles that are able to put other people on and push the industry. So
definitely. I think, I don't know if there'll ever be a person like him that, like, used to put, like, the young generation on. You know, even people younger than me, like, you know, I don't even consider myself young no more. Like I'm a young adult. So, like, that position that he had to help others, I don't think can ever be replicated.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
so.
The great ones really are replicated.
Yeah.
But talking about collaborations, what's your dream collaboration as, let's say, as a stylist? I would love to know the best one that you've done so far for you and the one that you haven't done that you would love to do.
Like collaboration as...
Or like you styling, like a dream styling job for you, who would it be? And out of the things that, like the brands or the people that you've styled, what's been the best experience or the one that meant the most to you?
I think the best branded or like just me working with probably will be, man, it gotta be, it's crazy, like people won't even believe this because, you know, I worked with like the A$AP Rockies and like the Kanye West, but like I think like the one that stuck to me was like, I styled Pierre Bourne for like a video. Pierre Bourne, you know, is producer for like, you know, Playboy Cardi and stuff like that. Because like, that situation was so crazy to me because I remember like, it was a song called Couch. And like in the lyrics of the song Couch, he's like, I remember sleeping on my brother's couch, you know? And like, that song was like, I remember like on my Twitter, like to this day, like I was rapping like those lyrics and posted the lyrics of that song on my page, like, you know, like it was so crazy. I remember posting it and everything. 2 months later, like I get hit up to like style Pierre Bourne for that exact song. So I was like, and I remember like when I got the message, like I was on my brother's couch, like so it was like
Serendipity.
So crazy to me. Like I was like, nah, this is like divine timing, like destiny that this happened. And like I met Pierre and he was the coolest dude ever. Like he was so humble, like, and he's really like that guy when it comes to like, you know, music. And people don't even give him his flowers, but like, bro, like Pierre Bourne is a real humble dude and a cool dude. And ever since like I met him, like ain't nothing but like positive vibes, you know.
Sick.
That was probably one of the like.
And the one that you haven't done yet that you would love to do?
One that I haven't done yet. It'll be crazy, like, and I know like everybody's gonna be like, why this? Like, it gotta be like 50 Cent, bro. Like 50 Cent or like Jim Jones. Like those are like two people like that like influenced my style. Like, you know, like 50 Cent was always like baggy clothes, long chain, you know, like tucking in the like sock into the pants. Like that swag was always like embedded in my style. So he'll be one person that like I always kind of looked up to. Like I never met him. Like I kind of just like never met him, seen him in passing, but like I want him, like when I meet him, to like remember who I am, like, you know, and like Jim Jones, like I remember I had a couple conversations with him before, but you know, like he's like a legend to me. Like he might not be a legend to like everyone else, but he like influenced a lot of styles. And there's one more person that I think, like I said 3, but it's one more person, and I think he's probably above all of them. Like, it's Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is like the #1, like he's the reason why I even wanted to start even fashion. Like he's the reason, when people don't even know, he's the reason why like there's even league fits. There's even like the tunnel, because like, you know, when you was getting dressed to go to an NBA game, you had to wear a suit every single day.
Yeah.
He was getting fined every single game because he wanted to wear like his own clothes. It was at a point that he was getting fined so much and paying those fines every single game that they lifted that, like,
he
changed the game. Like,
I love that.
And people don't understand, like, he's the reason why there's even like style like in sports. You know, like he's a legendary human being and people don't even know that.
I think he just did a thing with Shaquille O'Neal with was it Reebok or something? They have like a show together.
Yeah, like
I haven't seen.
You know, like from the style to like him not caring, like he was having half afro, half cornrow.
Everybody,
his mom was doing his hair like on the bench, like
the headbands. I remember.
You know, the headbands. Wearing headbands upside down. Like
that was a thing. No, Iverson was like.
You know, Allen Iverson is like, he's a golden person. You know, in this like in this.
Sure, we get to do all of that too.
Yeah, I got a picture with him though. I met him at what was I at? I met him at it was Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney in New York at Madison Square Garden, or maybe it was Barclays Center, one of them. And I remember like I just walked right by him. I was going up and he was coming down. I had to stop him. I was like, nah. I said, you're Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to meet 50 Cent, he's gonna be here in a month, so he can easily.
Hey man, I might have to come back, man. I might have to come back.
Crazy question. You don't have to answer it on. Imagine a cartoon character, Pixar character, anyone that you could style. Who would it be?
Any cartoon character?
Anything. Who would you style and how?
Damn. Danny Phantom.
Okay.
Danny Phantom. Because I feel like he will like be open to like be on some like cool shit. Like I think Danny Phantom was like a cool like character. Like even the color he was, like that would be a cool person I think I want to style. Like, yeah, for sure.
Talk to me about your personal style. What goes into like I see you a few days here. There's a new outfit every day.
Yeah.
So I see that there's a lot of thought that goes into it.
Yeah.
How do you style yourself? Is there a particular style you go with? Is it like based on your mood? Is it based on how do you make those choices? And what's your favorite pieces?
How do I go through my style? I feel like I go through like certain changes every single day. Like if you knew how long it took me to get dressed in the morning, you'll lose your mind. Like literally, I probably get dressed like a girl. Like people say I get dressed like a girl. It takes me hours. Like I feel like every day is like not a challenge, but like it gives me that thrill. Like, you know, like I look forward to everything. Like I look forward to getting dressed. Like, you know, like I feel like getting dressed, you could just tell by like different moods. Like if I might not feel that good, like I just might wear just all black. I usually wear all black most of the time, but I just like to like try things that like a normal person wouldn't try. Like, you know, when brands drop and, you know, they have the looks on the runway, like I try to make it as random as possible to make sure like it doesn't look like how it was styled on the runway.
Yeah.
Or like different ways. Cause I know brands look at that. You know, brands might not think people are looking at your style, like looking at your Instagram. These brands watch everything, you know? So I think like how I like to reinvent my style right now, like I think I'm just like in a phase where I'm just really just open to everything, like, you know, but I'm getting older, so I feel like I'm getting more into like, you know, tailored swag, like, you know, tailored like looks, you know, like blazers and stuff like that. Cause I always thought like I never would be that type of person, like growing up. Like I was like, nah, I'm gonna always be streetwear. Like, I'm like, nah, like now I'm getting more into it. This whole fashion week, really, like I was wearing like a lot of like more tailored looks, you know?
But for years, everybody's saying streetwear is dead. Is streetwear dead?
Yeah.
Will it never die?
I think streetwear dead is like in the like, the thrill of it, you know, like before kids who used to like, couldn't wait for like a Supreme to drop or like wait for like clothes to like, you know, come out. I mean, it's so accessible now, like, you know, like, does anybody ever really sell out? Like sell out clothes? Like, it's always pretty much available now. Like, I remember it was so used to be limited. They claim they do, but like, pretty much they just keeping that inventory for like later down the line that they don't even have. But do I think streetwear? Yeah, but like, I don't think it's dead in a spec where like streetwear is not even streetwear no more. It's in these high fashion designer brands, like, you know, like a Louis Vuitton, like that is like streetwear, high fashion streetwear. You know, like I just wore like a Coogee Louis Vuitton sweater, cardigan. Like that is streetwear. Like Coogee is from New York City. You know, that's streetwear. You know,
B.I.G. made that.
I don't think that's
big
high fashion brand. Like I think that's high fashion streetwear. So, and I think that's why I like about what Nigo and like Pharrell is bringing to like these brands is like bringing high fashion streetwear. So I don't think it's dead I think it's dead in like individually, but I think it's still embedded in these high fashion brands because all these high fashion brands want to be, you know.
Well, a lot of brands go through you, whether they send you stuff or you see. Well, let's put the big brands aside for a minute. Any cool up and coming like things that you see that are doing things really differently, just to put some people on and some of the cool shit that you've seen?
Y'all, for sure. Like y'all for here, for sure. Cause I've never seen like I like the concept that you guys have like from like the condom thing, like the after sex. That shit is crazy. Like, you know, even from like the aesthetic in this store, like a lot of people like I will always say like brands are like always stick to the code. Like there's nothing ever like super different. Like everyone likes playing it safe. And like I think like that's what's missing in like this fashion shit right now is everyone's playing it safe.
You've done a lot.
Yeah.
If you look back to your younger self, back when you were just starting out, is there anything you would tell that person that would get you to where you are quicker or better or faster? Anything you would relive differently or you would do exactly the same thing that you've done, if you could have that conversation?
Man, what would I tell my younger self? Like, to get to like this point where I'm at now?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would change anything. I think really just being more open. I don't think I was very closed-minded like growing up, and like kind of had like a little ego, and I think that kind of like broke me down as a person, and I started to lose things. And my father used to tell me like having the ego will make you lose things in life and kind of rethink what you got to do, and like it will slow down your path. And it happened to me, you know, and I think I learned that lesson, because I never look at things as a loss. I look at everything as a lesson. But that's probably like one thing I would change, but like it happened, so I don't really dwell on the past.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like definitely happy where I'm at right now. And I know right now, like myself telling my younger self also is like, I never really used to get to say this, but like, you did it. Like,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like that shit like really hit me, you know? That like, I get to travel the world, do what I love, you know? So like, that always hits home. And knowing that my family like admires what I do, and like, they don't even know the half, you know? That really means a lot to me.
Sick. Bro, appreciate you making it all the way out.
Yeah, man.
It's nice to have
Come
you
on,
here.
man.
We're gonna do a lot more together, and walk around the shop. Hopefully in the future you get to style some people with some of the stuff that we're gonna create.
Sure, man.
But we're gonna work. Appreciate you.
Do it, man. Appreciate you so much, bro.
Great seeing you.
Sir. Yeah.